निर्विशेष शून्यवादी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण। So welcome for today's session. So who is the today presentation? Whose presentation? Hare Bol. Kiran bro.
जी प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा।
Whose presentation today?
अश्विनी माता जी का।
Who?
अश्विनी माता।
Please start. You can recite. First, let's recite the 2 shloka. Now you should have the book with you now. I am not going to share. If you want to share, you can share, but I am not going to share. So let's recite. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. At least एक डिवोटी बोलो ना, मुझे समझ में आएगा। अरे बोल, एक डिवोटी को अनम्यूट करो ताकि I have to go ahead, so I have to know whether you have said or no. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Kiran Prabhu, let them all unmute themselves. You muted them. मुझे किसी की आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही? कोई कुछ बोल रहा है?
प्रभु जी, आवाज आ रही है।
तो एक डिवोटी को बोलना चाहिए मेरे पीछे, ताकि मुझे समझ में आएगा कि आप बोल रहे हो। सर ठीक है। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णम् उदच्यते। अरे मेरे आगे मत जाओ ना। पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णम् एवावशिष्यते। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते।
पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते।
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते।
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते।
मंत्र 1। ओम ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किंच जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथा मा गधः कस्य स्विद्धनम् ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किंच जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथा मा गधः कस्य स्विद्धनम्। Done. So now let's Madhav, you can start the session. Just read the sloka, summarize, and then you go to the detail.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Danda Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Am I audible clearly to everyone? Because
Yes.
I'm facing some network fluctuations in between. So let me know if I'm not audible.
I think audible, right? For other devotees?
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Okay. Danda Pranam to all. Actually, I'm not that significant to speak in front of all such great devotees, but I will be trying my best to repeat just the words of the acharyas and the senior devotees, whatever I have heard from them. So if I made any mistake, please forgive me and let me correct it. So yeah, today we are going to discuss about mantra 7. So yasmin sarvani bhutani atma vaiva bhutta vijantah tatra ka moha ka shoka ekatvam anupashyatah. So basically this mantra is like a continuation of a thread of thought from the previous verse, from the previous mantras we talked about. So yes, we'll start with the meanings. Yasmin, in the situation. Sarvani, all. Bhutani, living entities. Atma, the chit. The chit kana, or spiritual spark. Eva, only. Abhut, exist as. Vijantah, of one who knows. Tatra, therein. Kaha, what? Moha, illusion. Kaha, what? Sokaha, anxiety. Shokaha, anxiety. Ekatvam, oneness in the quality. Anupashyataha, of one who sees through authority, or one who sees constantly like that. So, Vijantaha means to know systematically. Especially here we can see that Vishesh V is prefix added for the Jantaha. So how does the person know all living being? Atma Vaibhut, once he is there in the spiritual platform, all living beings are spiritual. So, and we can see the sentence, Tatra ka moha ka shloka. So now for such a person, what is the moha? What is the shoka? What is the illusion and what is the lamentation? And why there is no more lamentation? Ekatvam anupashyataha. Because a person sees oneness, as discussed, the word anupashyataha was there in the previous verse also. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsati. So atmani anupashyati. So in both these mantras, the emphasis is on seeing with the knowledge, anupashyataha. So let us look at the translation. One who always sees all living beings as the spiritual sparks, Atmavaya Bhut. Srila Prabhupada explains what that Atmavaya Bhut means, not only in the purport, but also in the translation. In quality, one with the Lord. Becomes a true knower. Or becomes a true knower of the things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Ko moha ka shloka. So the purport can be divided into 5 distinct sections. Actually, the whole purport is basically on the elaboration of the ekatvam. What exactly the ekatvam means? Because the word ekatvam is like a feast for the impersonalist. And the Upanishads are generally considered to be the book which talk about impersonalism. And that is why the impersonalist gives them a lot. However, the Upanishads also talk about the personal features of the absolute truth. Although they are not the emphasis, like they are talked about so much. So we can see the Srila Prabhupada is elaborating on the concept of the ekatvam based on the broader understanding. Broader understanding through the Vedic scriptures. Because here just the word ekatvam comes from oneness. But one might question, what does oneness means actually? So Srila Prabhupada explains this. First, he talks about the energy and the energetic. And also he gives, explain this with an examples of the fire. We can see fire and heat and energy. Then he gives that oneness energy and the energetic are one. But then they are different also. Many of them can get confused that it is given that they are same, but they are different also. So what is the difference here? With respect to even a drop and the ocean, we can see the water drop is one in quality, but it's different in quantity. Then Srila Prabhupada gives the example of how the oneness is actually not just in the quality, but is also in the interest. It is in the, we can say in the inclinations, in the desires, in the intentions. So he gives the examples of the family also. where we can see that every member in a family, we can see they are different, but all are united, all stay together. Maybe like we can say they are united in the interest as well. In a country also we can see every citizen is an individual, but at the same time the nation is united as one, as we say Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So like that oneness in interest. Now when the family is united together, the family will be happy. But if every individual wants to perceive their own interest, then we can see the family become chaotic. Uh, Everything like it will become chaos, and we can say the misunderstandings, and there no one can live in the unity and in the peace. So as Srila Prabhupada says, similarly in the spiritual realm also, where everybody becomes one in interest, then there is the enjoyment. Then that is the point elaborated. So as we can see, if everyone shares a separate interest, which can that will cause a shoka and a moha. They will cause lamentation and the illusion. Because as therefore we can see that as the interests don't get matched with each other, we are everyone will have their own thoughts of saying and believing. So this is all we can see, because the interest is not one with the Lord. So therefore, the conclusion is that we should become one in interest with the Lord. We should make the will of a God as our own will. As we can see in a family also, if a child or a family members goes with the will of the father, who is the elder one, or anyone in a joint family, something, if we can see there is the elder person, if we can go with the will of the elder person, then the family will stay happy. Everything can be managed. Means there will be no conflict, in short. There might be someone views, but they may be discussed. But this is not like we can focus on a will where uh, if uh, if we follow the will of the elder person or a father in a family, the family will stay happy. Similarly, if we do make our will with our God's will, so we'll become happy and we'll stay satisfied. So now let us look at these things one by one. So complete realization of the ekatvam has the two aspects. First is that we realize our oneness with the absolute truth in quality. Now what happens? It brings detachment. Why? Because when I understand that I am not a jad tattva, I am not this matter, I'm a soul, I am a chitkana, I am a spirit of from that a supreme spirit, I am conscious being, then I understand that dead matter cannot give me happiness, and it's temporary. It is kshanik. So this temporary things will only cause misery for me, because I am eternal, and I accept this. I am an eternal soul. That will lead to an happiness and a blissful. So when I understand that I am different from the matter, because I am in quality one with the Lord, with the absolute truth. So at that time, I become detached from the matter. Because like we can understand that if we understand that the matter cannot give me happiness, if because that matter is unconscious, so and it's a temporary kshanik. So I'm like, and we are like we can say we are like a conscious people, and we are eternal. So we should seek happiness at the spiritual level. So therefore, realizing that I am spiritual, I am in quality one with the absolute truth, and is absolute truth is desirable, but it is not the complete realization for us. So one subordination in quantity to the absolute truth brings humility. So as we can see, if I just think that I am a spirit, then that will bring me pride. So like many of them we have seen, many of think themselves as a god, that I am a god. So which brings a pride for them. If someone has some qualities, or someone gains too much wealth, or we can see they gain a pride within. So this is what is discussed, especially when I considered that all other people are attached, and I am detached. So like this can bring pride within me also. But when I understand that yes, I am a spirit, and I am a part and parcel of a supreme lord, and yes, there is a supreme spirit who is higher than me, who is greatest than me, and I am just a tiny creature, or we can say I am just the ounce uh, of that supreme spirit. So with this all, the, like we can say, the subordination with the quantity to the absolute truth brings humility. So on the impersonal path, we can see the oneness in quality is emphasized, that aham brahmasmi. Whereas on the path of devotion, we can see the subordination in quantity is emphasized. So like we can take we can say a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's saying. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like told to Sanatan Goswami, like a Jivera Swarupa Hoya Krishna Nityadas. So that means the true nature of the soul is that it is the eternal servant of the Krishna. Also, as we are the servant of the Krishna, it is the primary emphasis of the devotees, that the devotees also know that we are not the body, we are the soul. But the soul is not just the, say, like some formless spirit. The soul has a real living relationship with the absolute truth. And that relationship based on the love and service. So when we understand that God is great, and I am small, I'm like the smallest of the all, and it's just I'm at a material level, and not only at the material level I'm small, but also at a spiritual level I am small. That brings a humility within us. So as we talk about the detachment and humility both are important. But if detachment alone comes with like if alone comes first before the humility, if that is the primary focus, cohesive focus, exclusive focus, then that detachment leads to the pride. And on the other hand, if we see, if the humility comes first, if humility is the priority, I am not the enjoyer, I am the servant, and let me serve, then that service gives us a higher taste. So when this higher taste leads to a detachment, that detachment doesn't bring pride, because already the foundation of the humility has been established based on the knowledge that I am the servant of the Lord. So we see in the Shikshashtakam also that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasizes this progression when he says in the third verse, Trinadapi sunichena taror api shahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. He says, be humbler than a blade of the grass, be more tolerant than the tree. So these are the examples of the humility in the classic sense. So he firstly, he recommends us the humility. He exalts the humility, and then he talks about the detachment. Also, it is mentioned that na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kamaye, mama janmani ishvare, bhavtad bhaktir ahituki tvai. So the conclusion of the both verses is advancements towards the devotion. Like in the third verse also concludes with the Kirtaniya Sadahari, and like which is advancing towards the devotion, and fourth also concludes with the Ahituki Tvai. So both are talking about the progress in the devotion. But first, humility. Humility which brings us closer to the Krishna, gives us a higher taste by making us fixed in our service. So our service to Krishna, and that makes a detachment easier. Like, and there may be chances like many of them focuses on the detachment. Like we can say mostly the impersonalism mostly focuses on only detachment, not the humility, or we can say humility is not on the priority. So as by focusing only on detachment, they become vulnerable to the pride. And greatest of all pride is that I am God. As I previously said, that many of them considered themselves as a God, in a place of the God. So like as the ekatvam is discussed here, so our focus is ekatvam is not only in the absolute oneness sense. There are gradations, we can say. So as Srila Prabhupada gives example of the fire. So also the Jiva Goswami in this in his Sandarbhas analyzes this example further. So we know fire and the light. Wherever fire is there, heat and light will be there. So like that, fire is the organic whole, but the fire spreads its influence to the heat and light. Similarly, the supreme absolute truth is there, and the absolute truth influence spread through heat and light. Similarly, the sun is there, and the sun rays spread. Sun rays we can see everywhere. Similarly, so now when we want to talk about this difference between energy and the energetic, uh, we take an example of the fire most of the times to explain, as we can understand it in a clear way. Fire illuminates, fire burns. We can see the burning fire are essentially like interconnected. Fire, heat, and light are interconnected, but still they are different. So like we can see that there is ekatvam in that, a fire, it is the one, but still there are gradations in that. Similarly, the fire burns. So there is, we don't have the like a different energies. It is the one, but still we specify them as we give them a different names for a better understanding. So that although the energy and energetic are the same, but they are different in distances between the energy and energetic. Some energy is closer and some energies are far. Like we can say, if we go closer to the sun's energy or heat, we can experience it very closely. But as we live far away from that, then that heat we might not experience as much. So that is what we can take an example, like through the example of fire, heat, and light. So Jiva Goswami also gives an example to talk about energy and energetic of the sun, which I took recently. So about like I will elaborate about the sun. Sun, it's radiations and the rays, we can say. So mostly when we take an example of the sun, normally we use the example to talk about the three aspects of the absolute truth. The Brahman, the Paramatma, and the Bhagwan. So all pervading effulgence is the Brahma Jyoti, the localized, all the reflections of the sun at different places. The localized or the reflection of the sun at different and different places, or at the we can say that this energy, this analogy, these are given differently. We can take we can see in the early morning also, the like usually in the daytime when you see the sun, we are not able to see it clearly because it causes a burning in our eyes. But if the same thing you see in the early morning, you can see the sun's we can see the sun disk very clearly. So these are all the energies, we can say this is all the one, but still they are different in their own ways. The orbit of the sun, which can be reflected in the many places, like we can see in the rivers, waters, or in a pond, or anywhere in a mirror. That is the sun, but still it's reflection which is expanded. So like that, the super soul are the one, with like they are with the one with the Supreme Lord. But as the Supreme Lord had expanded his energy, so we the spirit souls, we are small souls, we are like manifested, or we are we took a birth over here. So Lord has manifested in, like we can say, in the many places. Like we can see the all over the universe, so we can see that there are many planets in different ways, the universes, the galaxies. So on the sun planet, when we enter and we see the sun god, there is a Bhagwan. Just a second. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry. Okay. So as okay, so we can see that uh, okay, we were discussing about the sun, right? Okay, yeah. So Jiva Goswami is giving this example, not to explain the three aspects of the absolute truth, but he's explaining the various energies of the absolute truth. So, like, let's look at this example. When you look at the sun god is Krishna. So now the sun god is a predominating of the sun, and from there onwards, there is a radiance around the orbs of their sun. That means the sun is there, but the effulgence that come out all around, this is a very intense, which is very close to it. That is the Swarup Shakti. As we know that Krishna has the three energies, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. Internal energy, external energy, and a marginal energy. So we can see that, so internal energy is spiritual. External energy, we say it's a material. And the marginal energy is also spiritual. All of us souls are the marginal energies, but we can go towards the Bahiranga and Ataranga, because that position is, we can say it's a variable. So we are called as a marginal energy. So Jiva Goswami is using this example of the sun to explain these three energies and their relationship with the absolute truth. So the sun is there, the effulgence around the sun, just close around the sun is there. It's a blazing effulgence, and that is the Swarupa Shakti. And the thin rays that they are shoot out from the sun and go far away. So they are also coming from the sun, but like they are spreading far away. So that is the Tatastha Shakti that can be explained, which is the far away. We can say the rays are the far away from the sun, so that similar way we are similar way it is we can say it is compared with the three types of the energies. So the Tatastha Shakti and what it was, okay, Bahiranga Shakti. So yes, the sun and the reflection. So all these three R's, we can say the sun, the rays, and the reflection, these three R of the sun are coming from the sun itself. They are not like, we can say they are not three types of different, but that in all sense, these three are the energies of the sun. Although these three energies are like three which do not manifest the sun's power exactly. Similarly, when we can see as we are a part and parcel of the Lord, whatever we have some of the energies, or some of the, we can say, some tattva which the Supreme Lord has, but we don't have everything, whatever he can possess. So So similarly, it is said over here. This is the comparison is made over here. So in the same, so like that, the Antaranga Shakti is conscious. So the supreme conscious of the supreme absolute truth is also manifested in the Antaranga Shakti. The potency of the Atma to act spiritually becomes lesser and lesser when the Atma becomes more and more distant from the soul. That is the Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha Shakti is coming from the Supreme Lord, but it has the tendency to go away, and further it goes away. The more it becomes into the material influence, the less it shows its spiritual nature. We can also say that say we can take the example of light. If we can take an example of a lamp also. When we burn the lamp, or we can say a diya, we can see that there is a light around. You can see a light around. As we go closer to a lamp or a bulb or something, we can say there is so much light. But as we move far, we go far away from it, the light doesn't reach to that place till the far. It can reach to a particular distance. Similarly, this is the energies that we have come far away from the Lord. Also, now we can see an example, one more example, that the reflection in the water of the sun. So, like when we see the reflection, actually we can see the sun in that water, but can we experience that heat, or we can say the illumination similar as we see with the naked eyes in the sky? No, because that is just a reflection in the water which is coming from the sun. Neither the heat nor the illumination capacity is the same as that of the sun, as we can see or experience personally when we see. So, which is like they are manifested through the reflection. This what illumination and the heat, they are manifested through just a reflection. Because of that, we can experience it in the water. So therefore, there the Jad Tattva, we can say the matter, it is talked about. Matter has also come from the absolute truth. We agree, but the matter does not exhibit consciousness. We can understand that matter is not eternal. So in that way, the Lord is the source of all energies. Yet there are gradations in his energies. So the point is, not only the energies are like non-different from the Lord, they are also different. Like we can say that they are different from the Lord in one sense, but they are also different internally. They are different kinds of energies. So this we can see mostly in the Achintya Bhedabhed. It is mostly talked that is a very like Achintya Bhedabhed is a very profound concept, we can say, which explains the relationship of the Lord with the Absolute. So with this various components of the world, here we can see we are exploring the concept of the Ekatvam. Like through the examples of the sun, we saw the fire, but still within the oneness there is variety. There is oneness because everything ultimately is dependent on the sun, like you can say on the Lord, but still within the oneness there is variety. Nowadays, like we can say there is a popular slogan we usually speak, everyone must have here also, unity in diversity, right? So everyone speaks this slogan or phrase, we can say unity, there must be unity in diversity. So we can take an example of a nation. So in the nation, we can see there are many peoples, many different kind of people living with different race, with different religions, different thoughts, different languages, different poshak, we can say, their living style, their culture. Like everything, we can say there are difference, there are varieties, gradations in that. They say that we should still, everyone says that we should live in unity. We should be united. We want national integration. So unity in diversity is a popular phrase, and there is importance to this unity in diversity. But at the same time, when we see in the spiritual reality, there is not just unity in diversity, there is a diversity in unity as well. So what does that mean exactly? Actually, there is a material variety. As we see that we can see male, female, Brahman, Shudra, wealthy, poor, tall, short, like many things we can differentiate, etc. So all these varieties are there, but at material level. But when we see beyond this material level, there is a unity, what we say. So unity is that all of them are soul. If we understand at the spiritual level, we can see that unity is unity like in as per soul. We can't will not be able to see as a male, female, or Vaishya, Shudra, or Brahmans, something. So as all of them are souls, and as all souls are equal, so from that varieties of this world, we come to the unity. So this is the first step in the spiritual realization. However, we can say that this realization, beyond that unity, there is diversity. Also, what is the diversity? That they are the soul. None of them are the body. But soul is an individual. You can say that it is an individual, and every soul has their unique identity. They are uniquely different, uniquely individual, and every soul has a unique relationship with the Krishna. They have their own way to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. So, this is at the spiritual level, when they are all distinct. Despite of that, what is that? That is the unity. If they are all distinct, they all love Krishna, they serve Krishna, and all are like a delight in loving and serving the Krishna. So there is diversity, but in unity. There is diversity in unity. Also, we can say that Bhakti takes us beyond the unity in diversity to diversity in unity. Also, we can understand it further by taking Srila Prabhupada example, which he uses, which he has given rasa dance. So in this particular purport, it is mentioned what about the rasa dance. So what is the principle of the rasa? So all the gopis were united in the sense that when Krishna calls with this flute, all gopis came to the Krishna. They were united in their love for the Krishna. At the same time, every gopi was unique. She was individual, uniquely individual. Yet their love for Krishna is unique. So as we know that Krishna is a Rasaraj, so he is the Lord of the all rasas, and he enjoys rasas in a relationship with each gopi, individually in a different way, we can say. With so like we say mostly that the spiritual entities are meant for enjoyment, as stated
Mataji, we
in the
have
Vedanta
more 5
Sutra.
minutes now. You
Hare
can
Krishna.
take maximum 5 to 5 minutes now. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, it will get in 5 minutes. Yes, so yes, we can see in Vedanta Sutra, it's given Anandamayo Bhashyat. But as the living entity is searching for the happiness in this material world, they are searching it in the wrong place, like thinking that this will give me enjoyment. But in the spirituality, we can see that we get the enjoyment when we taste the absolute happiness, when we bring God into all activities. But what the other people will think that spirituality is depriving me from the happiness. So let me search my happiness in this material world itself. So they don't understand the importance of that. So yes, we can see that the Lord has a personal form, but personal form is not talked about in the Upanishads, and like by the impersonalists, we can say. Srila Prabhupada is giving us the full understanding of the Ekat form based on just what the Upanishads are talking. So devotees of the Lord, we have seen most of the time that they pray to the Lord that let my consciousness flows toward you. Example, we can see that Kunti Maharani also prays the same, that please Lord, let my consciousness, we can say it, flow towards you. Just a river flows to a ocean and its gates merge. So we can say that in Bhagavatam 1.8.42, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a beautiful insight. He says that when a river flows towards the ocean, two things happen. First, the river holds nothing back, and secondly, nothing holds the river back. So similarly, we can compare it with the devotees, like while moving towards the Krishna, the devotees hold nothing back and nothing holds the devotees back. So even though after facing many obstacles, we can see the devotees also face. Similarly, when the river is trying to get merged with the ocean, it will face many obstacles. It has to find its own way to that ocean. But it gets way, it finds way and gets to the ocean. Similarly, the devotees also may experience many external obstacles in the part of the devotional service. But still nothing can hold them back. So this is the internal commitment to the devotional service. So no matter how the difficult situation may find, I will find some way to love Krishna, to serve Krishna, to remember Krishna. So the Ekatvam is not simply like a river, it gets merged into the ocean, but it's like everything and it gets finished. It is not for the Ekatvam. Ekatvam is a dynamic and it is not like merging, but it is like a meeting with the Lord. Like when we can say an example also, when Srila Prabhupada went to the America, he did not saw America as we can say a wealthy, prosperous, and the happy Americans, peoples. He saw forgetful, suffering souls being pulled by the modes of the passion and the ignorance. And he said to the Lord at that time, my dear Lord, please give me the words that will be understandable to them, that will enable them to understand your message and to become happy. So that is what the Ekatvam vision means. Srila Prabhupada did not see that they are Americans and I am Indian. He saw their culture situation, social situation, but still that was which was keeping them away from the Krishna. So he also saw beyond that social and cultural conditioning to their souls, and he prayed to Krishna, please help me, please please let my message reach to the souls and elevate them. So that Ekatvam of a true seer is not whitewashing everything as a spiritual, it is seeing the spiritual beyond the material side. So we can take guidance and we can see from Srila Prabhupada's this is a story, whatever, how he used to see what was his vision towards that. So yes, and because of this, Srila Prabhupada struggles, and we can say because of his mercy, it was possible that many thousands and thousands of people who knew nothing about the Krishna, but like everyone dedicated everything, like they left whatever they had, they gave up everything, and all the people who never knew about the Krishna, they are now serving, loving Krishna with their whole heart. So this happens because Srila Prabhupada saw the spiritual vision, the spiritual potential, and he kindled that spiritual potential. That spark just blaze, and that spread Krishna consciousness so dramatically and miraculously, like all over the world now we can see. So this is the real Ekatvam. We aspire for like external condition. We can see that rather than means mostly when we see everyone's external conditioning, but Srila Prabhupada, rather than seeing that external conditioning of the people, he focused on the essence. So lastly, so we can see that Prabhupada see everything with a spiritual vision. So if we see, we can see that when we see everything with a spiritual vision, sorry, if we see material object with a material vision, that causes bondage. If we see material objects with the spiritual vision, then we can become purified by engaging those objects in the devotional service. If we see a spiritual object by material vision, we commit aparadh. And if we see spiritual object with spiritual vision, in sadhaka stage, we can say it will bring out purification. And as we become more advanced, it will become more ecstasy. Like, and this mantra actually focuses on the unity and avoiding a clash of interest, and it brings like absolute unity within. Like, we can say which we can say the ekatvam, which is like qualitatively one, not quantitatively one. So you are one with the God qualitatively, not quantitatively. That's all I want to say. Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Isopanisad ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving me the chance. I'm sorry if I made any mistake. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
No, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Only you have to just keep some time limit. 25. How many presentation we have total? Babu Prabhu? Today 4?
Only one.
Huh?
Actually, Prabhuji, only mantra
Only
7 was about to discuss today, and like only one presentation. And tomorrow is the mantra 8.
No, 1 minute. What Prabhu? Babu?
Only 1 month.
1 minute, I can't hear. 1 minute. Kiran Prabhu, today there should be 4 presentation.
Only one mantra, Prabhuji.
Only?
One mantra.
Why 1? Why not 9, 8 mantra?
Last time you told mantras are becoming complicated and long, so couples should take one mantra and discuss over the class, over 2 hours.
Okay. I can't hear you. Can you speak something?
Prabhuji, last time you told
Hello.
mantras were becoming longer, so and more complicated, so couple should take the mantra and one mantra in one class.
No, 2 mantras we are supposed to take. So that there can be now 1 hour is there. 2 mantras you should have actually.
2 mantra. Okay.
Minimum 2 mantras. So 8 mantra nobody has prepared. See, you have to communicate with me everything.
Okay,
You should
Prabhuji.
now, for tomorrow, who is there? Now you put me on WhatsApp. Who is there for tomorrow? Now you should have sent me earlier only. You haven't sent me anything. Who is supposed to present?
I will send Prabhuji.
Okay, Himanshu, raise your hand.
Prabhuji, we have prepared mantra 8, so if you want, we can turn it today also.
You can also give. Good. Mantra 8 you can give, and then 9, 10, tomorrow, no, 2 devotees can do. Either family or give individual, no? Okay. So the mantra, and we have maximum 10-minute time. Maximum 10-minute time. Remaining time for question answer discussion, it will be 20 minutes. Okay. So today you see the last verse is Anupashyati. Last verse, 6th verse, Anupashyati. When you develop the vision, then only you can do. You can see all the spirit in quality. There is a connection of the last verse. Now this very nicely Mayavadis misuse this word because ekatvam. Okay. Now, in last verse, when you follow qualified authority, spiritual master, then only you can realize that all living beings are parts and parcels of the God. And you will be freed from the illusion. Okay. Otherwise, you can't be freed from the illusion. You can be freed from illusion when you follow the bona fide spiritual master, learn from him, and you see everything in connection with the God. Same thing is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, you see, which is this verse, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasthena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So the essence of this shloka is what? That you should see ekatvam. Now the ekatvam concept here is not like Mayavad concept, that you are one with God. That is not possible. Because earlier also, if you see the shlokas, what is mentioned that nobody can surpass the Supreme Lord. What is mentioned there? Which shloka? Who can tell me? Mantra 4. Anej dekam manaso javiyo nannad deva apnuvan purvamash tad dhavato dhanyan natneti tishtat tasmin napo mata rishva dadati. He controls those who supply the air and rain. He surpasses all in the excellence. It is mentioned in the mantra 5. So therefore in the mantra 7 it can be contradiction that the living entities and God are one. That is not possible. But now it is mentioned they are one, then how they are one? Mataji has explained that they are one in interest. They are one in the interest that the living entity is supposed to serve the Supreme Lord. And all the living entities are united because they all are supposed to serve the Supreme Lord. In that way they are one. Ekatvam. The Lord and the living entity. Because we are serving the Lord, only they can. So how one you get this knowledge? When you serve the spiritual master, then you understand that all the living entities are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. And they are supposed to serve the Lord. And I am also supposed to serve Lord. And then he will be freed from the illusion. So what is this sloka? 4.34-35. Tadvidhi panipathena pariprasthena sevaya. You approach the bona fide spiritual master. He will impart the knowledge unto you. And thus, because he has personally seen the absolute truth. And when you do this, what happens? Having obtained the real knowledge from the self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. By which this knowledge you will see that all the living entities are but parts and part of the Supreme Lord. In other words, they are mine, they belong to Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita is an elaboration of the Isopanisad verse. And this position of the living entity can be understood only by Madhyama and Uttamadhikari. Kanishta Adhikari cannot understand. The Mahabhagavad devotee, how he sees everything as one? He sees that everything is the energy of the Lord. The living entity is also his energy. The material is also energy. Therefore, he is not at all bothered. He is not worried at all. He is always fixed. Like today is a very, very important day, Hanuman Jayanti. Hanumanji is only fully Ram. Whatever happened, Ram. He is, I am the servant of the Supreme Lord. So whatever happened, doesn't matter. So that is why he is one with the Lord Ram. Now what Prabhupada said, the modern attempts to bring harmony in the society are based on speculative theories. Prabhupada says a godless civilization arises from illusion. And the result of such civilization is lamentation. A godless civilization such as that sponsored by the modern politicians always full of anxieties because it may be crushed at any moment. Baba Prabhupada says, yes, we are also communist, but we are Krishna communist. Because recently I was in 15 days in Kerala. So I talked to the people. They said, yes, although we are saying communist, but still there is a lot of cheating is happening here. Because those people who are on top, they are trying to control us. So therefore, then cannot be communist. You have to keep one person in the center, that is God. If you remove the God, somebody will become God. That is possible. And that person is cheater. Because only the God can be without any fault. Living entity means fault. Or the representative of the God, the king. If there is a monarchy, that is also communism. Because king will distribute everything. Nobody can do anything. Even ant also. You know, is Hanuman Jayanti. Well, because Lord Ram had one well outside his kingdom, palace. So if anybody ring that bell, then Ram has to follow. So once they saw the bell was ringing, but nobody was there. They saw one dog was there. Okay, dog. Then they call the dog. Then dog said that when I was sitting, one Brahmin came and kicked me. Lord Ram called the Brahmin. Then they asked the Brahmin, why you kick this dog? He said, because you are sitting on the way where I am going to the Lord's for service. Then they asked the dog. Then they went to that area. So they said the dog is sitting so at the corner of the road. Why you cannot go from other way? Why you have to kick him? Then finally he said, because I was having fight with my wife, I bursted my anger on the dog. So that was Lord Ram sensitive. Even you cannot even beat the dog in the kingdom of the Lord Ram. And one may say, but why only the king has to have all facility? Poor people will suffer. It is not like that. Lord Ram, he went to the Vanvas, na? What he was doing? All other people are enjoying. Are they going? No. If anything happens, he's ready to accept it. First, he will, if the enemy attacks, he is the first who will receive the first arrow. Not that he will send some poor soldier and he will sit in the palace. Not that kind of monarch. Today's monarch. This monarch means first they will go. Not that they will send in the soldiers. Okay. That is a godless civilization. Clear concept हो गया आपको? The Mayavadis always try to prove that they are identical with God, and therefore the only real thing in the existence is in existence, God. They claim this concept to be the highest stage of theism. And atheists say that there is nothing, only energy. But the devotee of Krishna, he says that yes, energy also exists, God also exists, and energy belongs to the God. So that is this mantra is very, very nicely, and Prabhupada is also writing in purports. Amazing. Prabhupada said that in this mantra, the word Ekatam Anupashyata indicates that one should see the all unity of all living entities from the viewpoint of the revealed scripture, not speculation. Again, Prabhupada said the results of our activities must be used to serve the interests of the God. Again, the unity is the interest of the God. The unity is the interest of the unity of the interest. So one should not become an illusion. Again, if you see the next mantra, what they say, such a person must actually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond the reproach, without veins, means he is not equal to the living entity, because he is beyond all. So then if the living entity and God are one, how can we? God is beyond all and the living entity is not beyond all. So therefore here, unity doesn't mean God and the human being are one. It is a unity of interest, that much only. Okay? So Chaitanya Prabhu, what is your question? You can ask the Mataji. You can ask.
Yes, Hare the difference between
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही, जोर से बोलो.
Hare Krishna?
हम्म.
अभी आ रही है प्रभु जी आवाज?
हम्म.
So Prabhuji, question is, what is the difference between Mayavadi and impersonalist? I don't know exact difference.
I have already mentioned. Who can tell? Raise your hand. Who can explain? What is? You can explain. Raise your hand and explain. Who want to explain the question? I don't want to answer all the time. Somebody has to tell. I am not going to tell. What about those devotees which videos are of Santosh Kumar, Nishit, Nishita, what is this? Ashutosh, Vrajanandan, Krishnada, Dipakshi, Rahu. Where are these people? Are you there? Who are you? Okay, Nishita, who are you? Can you explain? Are you present today? Have you heard?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I didn't heard his question.
No, have you heard the explanation of the sloka by Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Anubhav Shukla Prabhu, are you there? So you have not heard the
Hare
question?
Krishna, Prabhu. I am there.
Okay. So what was the question asked by the Prabhu? Who can tell me? Vajanandan Krishna Prabhu, you are there? So what is his question? Can you tell me? Okay. No, okay. Who can answer the question? I am not going to answer because earlier also I have explained this question. What is Mayavad? What is Nirakaravad? Okay, Vaibhavi Mataji, please explain.
Hare Krishna. Impersonal philosophies, they think that God is there, but they say God is formless. Means he doesn't have any particular form. He is in the Brahman form. They think like that. But whereas in Mayavad philosophy, they say we are God. Means we ourselves. In Mayavad philosophy, they say oneness. That is. We and God are one only. So this is what I think.
But Nirakarvadi also says that we have to become one with God.
Yes,
So what is
Prabhuji.
the difference between Mayavad and Nirakarvadi?
Sorry.
Nirakarvadi says that we have to also become one with God.
Yes, Prabhuji.
भगवान में विलीन
Yeah.
होना है, भगवान में एक होना है. Okay, Radhanand Prabhu.
Yeah, so the difference between Nirakarvadi and Mayavadi is, though both of them focus on the impersonal aspect of the Lord, Mayavadi specifically say that the form of the Lord when he appears on this earth is also illusion, right? As opposed to Nirakarvadi, they don't have that conception necessarily. They just say the absolute truth is impersonal, but they don't call the form of the Lord illusory.
Oh, sorry, my video was off. I forgot. My video is off and I am asking people, I'm please sorry. Network issue was there, huh? Sorry. Now again the issue, network has come. Okay. Correct, bro. So this, please you understand, Mayavad means they think that the form of the Lord is Maya. Form of the Lord is Maya. That's what they say. But the Nirakarvadi, they don't blaspheme the form of the Lord. They say, yes, the God is there, he is also God, but we are more attached to the impersonal feature. So can you give me some classic examples? Who can give the classic example of Mayavadis and Nirakarvadis?
Yes, Prabhu. So we have four Kumaras. They are Brahmavadis or Nirakarvadis. So they were not offensive to the form of the Lord. It's just that they didn't have the information. But as soon as they smelled the aroma of tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord, they were immediately attracted and they accepted him as the supreme personality of Godhead.
Because they were not offensive.
Exactly.
Otherwise, Mayavadi can never achieve God because they are offensive. Correct. The word Mayavad means they think Maya is superior than God. Therefore, God also comes under Maya. God also comes under Maya. Therefore, they are called as Mayavad. Correct. They think that God is under illusion. Clear? So please, next time anybody asks this question, you should be very clear. Tomorrow only we'll ask this question again to you, whether this concept is clear or not. Hmm? And what is the next example of Srimad Bhagavatam?
Prabhuji, Sukdev
Yes.
Goswami, he was
Sukdev.
earlier impersonalist and then he heard first time of Krishna become devotee.
In fact, when Sukdev Goswami was giving Bhagavatam class, there were many Advaitavadis. Because Advaitavadis, they are present like too much. Because they are fed up with the material nature, form. They think, no, we don't want form. But as soon as they come in touch with the pure devotee, or the Lord's pure form, they will immediately be elevated to the power platform, like Shukdev Goswami. Okay, so Brahmavadi is also not a normal person, it's an exalted person. And there Prabhupada says in Rishabdev's teaching, they are also called as a Mahatma. Because they will not be affected by the illusory world, raga, dvesha, nothing. They don't envy any person. They are very pure-hearted person. That is Prabhupada gives in Rishabdev teaching. Mahantasya samachitta apashanta vimanya swadasada. In that. Okay. Any other question?
Prabhuji, is there any example from Mayavadi has become some devotee of Krishna?
Yes, you should tell me. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is given. Not one example, many examples. Who can give me? Example? Yes, Mayavadi.
Yeah,
Sarvam Bhattacharya.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya,
And
Prakashanand,
Prakashananda Saraswati. But who
Saraswati,
converted them? Who was able to convert them?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Only God. And
Only
that's
God can
also
do it.
how God tricked him. He made them to do some service to the devotees. Like Sarvam Bhattacharya also did service to Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, he got service. So even Mayavadi also can become devotee very easy. Serve the devotees of Krishna. Like Prakashananda Saraswati also, Lord Chaitanya sat in very dirty place. So he became very affectionate and he said, Hey Sripad, why are you sitting in such a dirty place? You are a Narayan, you are a Brahman. Please come and sit with us on the raised platform like a sannyasi. Please. And he took personally with love Lord Chaitanya and raised on a top platform. And that is the hook where he was eligible to receive the bhakti. Otherwise not. Okay. Otherwise it was not possible. So if Mayavadi is also some other do service to devotees of Krishna, they will change either this life or next life. Krishna will change it. Okay. So what was the question? Mataji has raised hand.
Prabhuji, my question got answered. I was asking about the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya only. Because he was a Mayavadi and how it goes.
Okay. Any other question? So we'll have a short break of Gayatri. 7 minutes break for Gayatri. Those who want to do Gayatri, they do Gayatri. Move from the computer. And the presentation we will hear from Vivan Churpa and Rajeshri Mata. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Shivansh, continue. Please recite the shloka. Tell the
Yes,
summary. Tell the summary. Otherwise, what happens? The people will lose the flow in the entire your explanation. We will lose. Where are we?
sure, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, devotees, under the pranam. So I'm reading from mantra 8, shloka.
You have total 10 to 15 minutes time. Huh? 10
Yes.
to 15 minutes.
Yeah. So paryagacha chukram akaya avarnam asnaviram shuddham apapaviddham kavir manishi paribhu swayambhu yatha tat yato arthan vyadha cha shvatibhya sambhaya. Translation: such a person must actually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond reproach, without veins, pure and uncontaminated, the the self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. So basically, here the transcendental qualities of the Lord are being described. So these 10 qualities of the Lord are being clearly understood by Uttamadhikari. As from the previous few verses, uh, we are getting to know like how Uttamadhikari is able to see the Lord. So in this verse, we will see all those qualities. So here, in this verse, there are 8 paragraphs. So Prabhupada is explaining all those qualities. So in the first 2 paragraphs, Akayam and Ashnaviram, these 2 qualities have been explained. In the second and the fourth, Shukram, which is the omnipotent quality of the Lord, is explained. And then in paragraphs 5 and 6, it is explained that the Lord is the fulfiller of all desires. In 7th para, Paribhu quality means like Lord is greatest of all, is been explained. And in the last paragraph, 3 qualities of the Lord are explained. Swayambhu, which means self-sufficient. Shuddham means antiseptic. Apapaviddham means prophylactic. So these qualities are been explained. So initially, in the first para, of these 2 qualities, Akayam and Ashnaviram, are explained. So if we see, Akayam means there can be 2 meanings of it. One can be without body, another can be unembodied. But here Prabhupada is writing that Supreme Lord is not formless, so he's not a without body. That we can understand if we see by the follow-up quality, which is given Ashnaviram. So if the Lord was without body, then why would again Ashnaviram would be repeated without veins, which means without veins. So here they want to say that the Lord is not without body, but Lord body is different from the ordinary living beings. So generally the conditioned soul, they have material body, and their soul is entrapped in a material body. So like we can understand with an example of a car. So body is like a car, and within the car there is a soul. Similar example which we have heard many times is of parrot in cage.
अरे आवाज क्यों
So
नहीं
now,
आ रहा है?
am I audible, project?
अरे बाकी
Hello?
लोगों को आवाज आ रहा है क्या? Are other dudes are able to hear?
We can hear.
Hari bol.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. My
Yes,
network band is okay, not good. Okay. Continue, Himanshu.
Yes. So the conditioned soul body is material, but that is not the case with the Lord. So here Akaya means unembodied, which means that there is no difference between his body and his soul. And then the second word Ashnaviram, second quality Ashnaviram, it means that it is without veins. So generally, we see that living beings have, for their body to function, they have veins, flesh, bones, right? But the Lord body is transcendental. For him, the mind, soul, body are one. So to understand this, we can take a simple example. Like suppose there is a toy which is made of sugar powder. So everything is each and every part would be constitutively is a sugar powder. So similarly, Lord's body is also as a whole is spiritual, and for him there is no difference between body, mind, and soul. So and in the second paragraph, Prabhupada again extends by taking a reference of Brahma Samhita 5.1, where Brahmaji says that Satchidanand Vigraha. So Lord body is eternal. So Lord is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So in this way, the Lord body is transcendental and is different from us. So, but many times in places it is described that that the Lord's form is formless, but it does not mean that he has no form. It actually means that uh, his form is such that we cannot conceive it. We are not able to understand it. So for that, Prabhupada again gives an example from Brahma Samhita that Lord body is such that from each and every part of the body he can do anything. So as last time, no, we saw an example of like if if you offer bhoga to Lord is able to eat with his eyes. So an ordinary living being cannot do those things. So Lord can do anything with any part of the body. So another example can be like when Lord glances at material nature, uh, he impregnates the material nature, and then from there creation begins. So this we can see that this is not possible by any ordinary human being, right? And then in the next paragraph, third paragraph, Prabhupada again explains the omnipotent quality of the Lord. So he says that Lord is everywhere, present in each and every particle of the universe, each and every atom. He expands himself into various forms, various forms like of various avatars like Ram, Narasimha, etc. And he's so for an ordinary being, he's so merciful that he also expands himself in deity form. So the purpose of expanding in deity form is so that devotees can serve him nicely, uh, serve him and worship him. Uh, but the foolish people don't understand this. They think that this deity form is material. It's because they don't understand that the transcendental quality of the Lord. So, but Lord uh, can convert any material thing into spiritual and spiritual thing into material. To understand the deity form of love, we should have faith also. So devotees have faith in the Lord. So and then due to that they are able to experience the exchanges through the deity form. Like we have seen many example. Last time one of the Prabhuji gave the example of Sakshi Gopal, right? So for the devotee, generally we see a materialistic may think like, okay, this deity form is is like a statue. He cannot walk, talk. But for the devotee, he came as Sakshi. He walked, he talked. Right. We have also heard many examples of Jagannath Leela, where he has personal exchanges. Also, there is another example of Khichora Gopinath, where for Madhavendra Puri he stole the kheer for the devotee. Right. So, if we have faith, if we surrender, then Lord will have will manifest to us in that form. But now in the next paragraph, Prabhupada again explains that, but this mental speculators cannot understand this. For them, the Lord does not reveal his form. They try to understand Lord by their own speculation, analysis, and evaluation, but that is not possible. It is simply like no beating empty husk. How much ever mind they put, how much ever intelligence they put, but beating an empty husk, it won't give any good. They won't be able to get grains. So, but if one surrenders to Lord, has faith in Him, then He reveals Himself. So this manifestation and reveal the degree of reveal will depend on how much the degree of surrender of the devotee, right? And then in the next paragraph, Prabhupada explains the another quality, yatha tat yatha, which means the no, Lord fulfills the desires of all living beings. So generally we see that whenever we want something, two things are required to get it fulfilled. First thing is if the qualification, and second thing is mercy. But generally materialistic people think that only by due to my karma I would be able to get anything possible. They just they just say just do it, but it doesn't work that way. You can we can do whatever you want to do, but without the sanction of the Lord, it cannot be fruitified. So an example we can give is like suppose there is an employee who is working and he has done the job, and at the end of month he deserves a salary, and he's going to get salary. But then he may say, okay, why should I be grateful to my employer? I have done all the work and I deserve the salary. But actually uh, but actually this job which he's doing is given by the employer, so he should be grateful to him. So similarly, whatever work we are doing, whatever karma we are able to do, everything is given by the Lord. The body which we are doing, the intelligence, ability, everything is given by the Lord. So unless we are grateful to Lord, uh, that won't work. Even any resources are given to us. So no, we should be grateful to the Lord for whatever He has given, and without the mercy of Lord, the fruits cannot be fructified. Koji, the next paragraph would be explained by my good brother.
In the next paragraph, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. In the next paragraph, yata yata word is explained by Prabhupada. It means that the Lord rewards the living entity according to their desire. In ignorance, most people don't know what to ask from God. People generally ask for temporary things or material things like wealth, position, pleasure, etc., rather than pure devotional service. Despite our forgetfulness, the Lord remains neutral and kind, granting us freedom of choice. For example, just like a child may not know what is best and ask for something, but the loving Father sometimes let him learn through experience. Similarly, Lord allows to us act on our desire, but also patiently wait for us to turn towards Him. Once we do, He helps fully. That's real freedom and compassion. In the next paragraph, Prabhupada explained Paribu quality of Paribu means greatest of all. God is Paribu, the supreme being. All other living beings are dependent on Lord. Uh, they can uh, they can uh, they can never be equal or greater than God. We are not the enjoyer. We are the eternal servant of Lord. Until we accept the truth, we will continue to beg from the Lord. uh, we see many of impersonalists become a devotee, but we never seen pure devotee become an impersonalist. For example, Sukdev Goswami. Sukdev Goswami was liberated Brahman realization. He became attracted by the pastime of Krishna and became a pure devotee of Lord. In also Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.1, in purport, Prabhupada says impersonalists may merge into Brahman, but they fall down due to lack of spiritual engagement. Real liberation is not impersonal merging, but going back to Godhead to serve the Lord eternally. Um, in the next paragraph, there is three quality of the Lord: Swayambhu, Shuddham, Apapavidham. Here, Lord is described as self-sufficient because he does not need acquire power. He does not need acquire power. His divine power is inherent. For example, Krishna was able to kill so many demons like Agasur, Putana, Bakasur when he was little. He lifted Govardhan also without practicing weightlifting when he was a child. So he's self-sufficient. Another one is here, Lord is described as Shuddham, which means pure. So, Lord activities are transcendentally pure. For example, though in Ras Leela might look immoral to materialists, but it was Gopi's pure spiritual emotion, and Krishna's remained transcendentally pure, untouched by lust or sin. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to listen this intimate pastime of Lord because they are completely pure and purifying. Lord is also described as a papvidam, which means that with power of Lord association, anyone can become pure and sinless. For example, Dhruv Maharaj had material desire to gain a kingdom larger than his father. But when he saw darshan of Lord, at once his all material desire were destroyed, and he became pure devotee of Lord. Not only the personal association of Lord, his name, pastime, or his devotees all are purifying us. For example, Valmiki. Valmiki was purified by holy name of Lord. Murgari was purified by getting association of Narad Muni. And Parikshit Maharaj also, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord's pastime, was able to go back to Godhead. Later on, Prabhupada also explained that Lord is completely pure in all circumstances. Even if he acts in a way that appear in sinful, such action are all good. For example, sun extract moisture from dirty places, still it remain pure. So these all are the qualities of Lord which are understood by Uttam Adhikari, Mahabhagavat. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Very nice. Quickly, they have explained the purport by purport and also explain the connection between them. Good. So here, this sloka is in continuation of the previous. All these slokas, they are not. What is mentioned here? If you see, the Lord is embodied, unembodied. He is not bound by anything. But because the devotees are requesting him, he appears in Archa Vijay. The materialist Prabhupada says they think that it is made of the idols, but they are not idols. They have the same potency. We have a pastime in Ambika Kalna. The deities present there are actually Lord, God Nitai. Because they were walking, God Nitai became the deity. And Gauridas Pandit said, you stay back, let that name. So finally you are not able to. But the pastime is that when Gaunita went to the Ambika Kalna, to Gauridas Pandit, he gave them nice prasad, they both stayed there. And when they said, now we want to go, he said, you cannot go now, you have to remain. They said, never do, we have to go and preach. He said, no. Then they immediately gave him the deities, exactly same height. So what he told, let the deities go, you remain. Then the deities started to walk and they remained there as a deity. They said, no, let these walking people stay back, you go. So after some time, you are not understanding who is the original Gaunita and who are the deities. The same deities are there in Ambika. When you go to the Mayapur, the Ambika Kana station will come. So that is the power of the Lord. Now your qualification is mentioned there. Lord fulfills the desires of all the living entities according to the qualification. But the qualification is not itself sufficient. For example, you want to become the judge. You pass the exam, but still the existing judge has to select you and pass his authority. Similarly, although you may be qualified, but without the mercy of Lord, you cannot get the even enjoyment also. So therefore, even somebody want to do some karma yoga, jnana yoga, they have to mix the bhakti with that. Without that, they even can't achieve the bhakti also. Bhakti, not mukti, not bhakti, not even yogi, nobody. Without the mercy of Lord, even yogi, karmi, and a jnani, they also can't be successful. Hmm? Prabhupada says the living entity don't know what to desire. They are desiring very, very tiny thing. But the Lord can award him the greatest thing. But they are not understanding. Now this yatha, the yatha. The Lord reward the living entity with the results of their desire without interfering with their. But it's you will have give up material desire, give up desire, only unalloyed devotion, only desire, only unalloyed devotion. Therefore, we are worshipping the devotee. Because Krishna will not interfere into your free will. You say, I want kingdom, okay, take kingdom. I want to become Brahma, become Brahma. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur will say, what is the use of becoming Brahma? Bahirmukha Brahma. Huh? What is the use? Better to become the dog in the house of the devotee. So that is the power of the pure devotee. They will interfere into your free will. Prabhupada says, ordinary living entity does not know what to ask from the Lord, nor which post to seek. So because when they come into touch with the devotee, he will tell, hey, don't do this. Brahma Bhona Punaravartina Arjuna. Why you are asking the petty thing? Ask for the greatest thing, that the devotional service. And when you say Shuddham, means not that he is pure. He is always pure, but he can even purify the most unpure. He is pure, but he can even purify the most contaminated place. The example of sun is given. Sun is so pure that even if the sun passes through the dirty thing, it can completely purify the dirty thing. And still sun is not affected. Similarly, God, he can purify the greatest of contaminated thing. Still he will be unclean. Completely purified. That is Shuddham Apapa. With him, he has unlimited capacity to absorb the sin of any person. Like one of our devotee, he chanting. He chanting. No, his Jyotishi told him that you will get married to the lady, but you have to preach her. You will not be able to marry a devotee girl. So he was in worry. I said, don't worry, whatever the Lord desires, you do it. Then he went to Mayapur constantly. He was praying there, coming to Vrindavan. So much he was praying. And 15 days he got married to a very good girl who is chanting and having the same desire. Now both I am training to start Gurukul. So he said, Prabhuji, how it is possible? I said, it is possible, na. It is not that the karma cannot be changed. Krishna can change your karma if you want. It is not that. And sometimes if you are supposed to enjoy something, according to your karma, he can destroy also. He will not allow you to enjoy. Not only he will remove your bad karma, he will remove your good karmas. Suppose you may become supposed to become president, he will not allow you to become president. Because he will lose your bhakti. You are supposed to get 1 crore, he will give you only 10 lakh only. So both can he do. Not only will remove your good karma, he will remove bad karma, he will remove your good karma also. So therefore Prabhupada says that Krishna can change. Karma nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhaja. Govinda madhi purusham tamaham bhaja. I will give you a very, very, very difficult case. Whether you are able to hear, you can digest, I don't know. One person, devotee only came in contact with me. So his brother only. He was chanting very nice. Pakka person, many 10 years. But suddenly he was developing some bad habits. So, and his family is saying he is not married. Nobody, only this person and his brother knew that he was not having any attraction for opposites. Homo mentality. So his family members, they can't accept such thing. They said, no, you have to get married. Fighting is going on, trying. Then I consulted on Jyotish. He said in previous life he was a sannyasi. He will never get married. And because of some bad karma, he has developed such tendency. Let him chant Hare Krishna, what he is doing. These bad habits will go away and he will remain a person. But he will never get married. So I told him the same thing. Practice Hare Krishna, chant 32 rounds, read Bhagavatam 2 hours, worship, do service. Now he is completely out of that mentality. But he will not get married. I said, don't, and he joined ashram. Ashram means not, don't take saffron, just remain in white, do services, chant Hare Krishna. So, how these things happen, we don't know. By the power of bhakti, this can be changed. It may not be changed, but it can be changed, whatever. Your conscience will be very good. The trouble will come, but you will be able to handle that trouble. That mentality you will be able to handle. So, for the Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, intense devotional servant and intense association is required. Then you can overcome such these things. Homo mentality, all these things are coming because of the bad karma, previous bad karma, planets. But bhakti can eradicate everything. That is the power of bhakti, because Krishna is Shuddham Apapa Viddham. Shuddham Apapa. So instead of doing all the propaganda in Vedic society, also such people are there, but hardly people knew it, because they know that these people can be there because of bad karma, so they will give some solution. But now what? Everything is on media. Everything we want right. We want this. What is nonsense? You worship Krishna. For that, why you are not having any union? Why don't you have union that we want to worship God only? Union for everything except union for devotion. That people don't want. These things happen because of the previous karma. It can happen to any person. But you can overcome it. How? By Tivrena Bhakti Yoga. Read Bhagavatam 2 hours loudly. Worship Tulsi. Chant 64 rounds. Your life is already waste now. Then why you want to again do some good bad thing? Chant 64 rounds. Remain a servant of some powerful Vaishnava. Your life will also purified and you will go back to God. Instead of trying to do some useless thing, which you cannot change also your karma. So that is the meaning of Shuddham Apapa Viddham. So these 8 shlokas they are like these 3 shlokas are the vision of the Mahabharata. 6, 7, 8. So anybody question to the Himanshi Prabhu? No question. Oh, okay. Santosh Kumar Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji,
Jor se.
yes, there was a line, spiritual intelligence is one, but mundane intelligence is diverse. I was not able to understand it properly. Prabhuji can explain. It's in which one, 2, 3, 4, fifth paragraph.
6th paragraph.
Ordinarily, the living thing in that after Bhagavad Gita 2.41, as having you will get spiritual intelligence is one, but mundane intelligence is diverse.
Yeah, I think what Prabhupada is trying to explain is those who are in path of bhakti, who have spiritual intelligence, their goal is fixed. No, they want to serve Krishna, and the other persons who are materialistic, their goal is always diverting. They will because they will always have some desires. Today they want car, tomorrow they want home, so they would always be diverse in their intelligence. That's what I understood. Proj, you can have if
No, correct. Spiritual intelligence one only. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekya karma bahu shakaya antacha buddhayo avyavasaya. Any other devotee question? So who is going to tomorrow presentation? 9 and 10 shloka. Nobody is ready?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes.
Roll number 17, Anubhav Shukla Prabhuji. He is going to take
17. Where is Anubhav Prabhu?
Mantra Dayan.
Where is he? He was there, no? Anuga Prabhu, I saw him.
Abhi aprakat ho gaya.
Okay, he is there, na? Mantra 9 and 10.
And 9, no other person is replying. I have contacted 4-5 people, but
so 9 is a big one.
9
okay, mantra.
small paragraphs are there. So by turn, it comes to roll number 24. Her turn to take mantra 9.5 by turn wise.
Okay, नहीं मुझे तो समझा नहीं, ठीक है. 9, 8, 9 mantra. Who is going to take this Anuga Prabhu half mantra? Okay.
Prabhu.
Amit Prabhu, you have taken anything or no? You and your both of you can take one mantra, na? What is your number? Amit Joshi, Isha Joshi, both you are same, right?
They are
Tell
going
them.
out of station tomorrow.
Huh?
They out of station tomorrow.
Okay, then who is remaining? 2 people.
I have contacted many people. Prabhuji, roll number.
Vidya, Vageshwari, Sriji, both are together, na? They can also give.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, we have taken mantra 10.
Mantra already taken, na?
Yes, 10.
Tomorrow
Okay.
10.
Tomorrow they have 10, na? Taken, na? 10 mantra, right? Okay, the 10 is there already fixed. So who is remaining for 9 now? Up. One person who are there. Who want to take 9 mantra? They have to just 14. Who is there? Deepakshi, Rahul, who are they? Can't see. 12, 11. Only one single face is not full seen also. Who are you? Can you? Both of you can be ready. Who are they? Who is the other person? Who is the other? 11, 12. Only one Mataji is laughing.
Hare Krishna.
Where is that? Huh? Hare Bol.
Prabhuji, for tomorrow, I believe we are not available. So maybe next week we can start.
Okay. So take 9 mantra, only let them, that person only take. Anuga, tell him that he only can take. Okay. Huh?
Yes,
let him take. Anybody want to volunteer for 9 mantra? Okay, let them send you on up. Otherwise, if nobody sends you, by end of the today, you tell the devotee you fully prepare one. Okay? चलो वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. वैष्णव ठाकुर की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री ईशोपनिषद की जय. Tomorrow we'll meet 11th. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare.